Good morning, everybody. My name is Barry Schwartz, and this is the Search Buzz video recap. Today is Friday, August 16th, and this is the search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable at srsltid.com. We got the Google 2024 core update. We have a large Google ranking bug happening at the same time. The Department of Justice may break up Google, AI overviews, links, and much more. Google's Gemini research, and definitely a lot going on, so stay tuned. I do have a new camera. Unrelated to these core updates and ranking bugs, as my other camera was breaking. The same model, just upgraded to the third version. So if it looks a little bit different, that's why. If you can see my face better, I apologize. But we do have a sponsor, Wix. Wix is having their SERPs Ups 100th episode. It's going fully live for that episode. I'll be on there as well, so definitely check it out. It's happening on September 4th at 11 a.m. Eastern. Make sure to check that out and subscribe to that video. You can learn more at the Wix SEO Learning Hub, where you can actually learn more when it's happening, and definitely check it out. Again, it's September 4th at 11 a.m. The SERPs Up podcast goes live. Thanks, Wix, for sponsoring. Okay, let's get into this core update. We're expecting it, we were waiting for it, it's finally here. It has started kicking off around Thursday, yesterday at 11 a.m. Eastern. Everybody's super excited about it because Google specifically said this will specifically help sites that were like small and independent. They listened to the feedback, and Google said this update is designed to continue our work to improve the quality of search results by showing more content that people find generally useful and less content that feels like it was made just to perform well in search. Now, that little comment there, Cyrus and a bunch of other people are saying this update does target SEO-written content written to rank well in search. That's a side point we'll get to a little bit later. But John continued to write, he said, latest update takes into account the feedback we've heard from some creators over the past few months. He said this update aims to better capture improvements that sites may have made so that we continue to surface the best of the web. This includes small or independent sites that are creating useful and original content relevant for searches. Now, this was happening again August 15th at 11 a.m. It will take about a month or so to roll out. It's a long one. And again, it should reward those sites that are doing great things and are small and that get hit hard from the previous updates. In fact, Glenn Gabe is going to share this morning how he's seeing some big recoveries from sites like HouseFresh and so forth, which may be related to this search bug, but it does probably be related also to this core update. So again, a lot of things going on. The tools are literally off the charts because, again, there's a huge ranking bug happening right now. This, I would say, in the next 24 or 48 hours, ignore any ranking changes that you see. It could be related to this bug, and come back to it maybe when the bug is fixed. Wait 24 hours after that and see what's going on. So I wouldn't rejoice based on seeing what's going on with this core update because there's a ranking bug happening exactly the same time. Also, with that, Google updated its core documentation to basically include like a lot of the stuff they posted beforehand. They consolidated stuff and added that stuff there so people could know if they were hit by a core update. I have the before and afters, and also Marie Hayes did a good post explaining what the differences were between those two. So if you are seeing this core update and it's affecting you, hold on. It might not be done yet. There's a ranking bug happening. There's also these AI overviews we'll get into a little bit more later. So a lot of things are changing this week, so definitely stay tuned. Again, like I said, Google has confirmed a search ranking bug. They confirmed it this morning at around 1:48 a.m. Eastern. It's hard to say when exactly it started happening. It probably started happening yesterday when I posted about the Google Volatility. Google said we have identified, there's an ongoing issue with ranking in Google search that is affecting a large number of search results. They said that we identified the root cause of this issue and it's unrelated to the ongoing core update rollout. So Google said that. So basically, Google didn't want this to happen. It's happening. And if you're seeing a huge amount of changes, it's probably related to this ranking bug and not related to the core update. So stay tuned, or it might be related to both. We don't know. And then yesterday, on August 15th, we posted, before the core update was announced, that there was some major ranking changes, probably related to this ranking bug that we saw. huge changes. We have like hundreds of comments already on that post in less than 24 hours. And it seems just really, really big with these changes. A couple hours after I posted that, Google confirmed there is a core update rolling out, but there are some significant ranking related stuff going on between the August core update, the ranking search bug, and that volatility we saw yesterday. So keep that all in mind. Also, over the weekend, August 9th and August 10th, we saw even more volatility happening as well. And there was no helpful content progress with that. But again, we're seeing helpful content progress as of this morning via Glenn Gabe. Off of the ranking news, let's go into the Department of Justice. There are some people who have connections with the Department of Justice that are saying the U.S. may decide to break up Google, separating out Android and Chrome, and maybe even Google Ads. So keep that in mind. It also may just make Google, instead of breaking them up, make them share data with the competitors like DuckDuckGo and others. But again, this is all speculation. Anything's on the table right now when it comes to the Department of Justice and how that's going to happen in terms of Google's monopoly. But Google may be broken up because they are confirmed to be a monopoly. So we'll see. Google's going to fight that tooth and nail, but we will see what happens with that. Then Google also announced a bunch of AI overview updates. Specifically, Google said that their AI overviews are going to launch those new link cards, which we showed before, with the little paper links, and they're going to show a bunch more links to publishers, which is great. They also are expanding into 6 more countries, not just the US, but other countries as well. And also that they are in SGE or in the search labs, they're testing a save button and actually the simpler mode as well. So keep that in mind. There's a lot of things going on with AI overviews. Also, Google confirmed with me yesterday that AI overviews are showing up in incognito mode when you're not signed into Google search. John Henshaw spotted this first. I asked Google about this and they said yes. In the US, AI overviews are working for people who are not signed into Google search. Keep that in mind as well, that AI overviews are now all over the place as well. So keep that in mind for your traffic with all the ranking updates and the ranking bugs and Department of Justice and all this other stuff going on. Also, Google announced this week a bunch of Gemini updates. One thing that caught my attention was that the Gemini research thing, which creates a detailed research document for you, also includes web search and citations in there. It actually shows you like where the research comes. It anchors you down with like these citations that actually link to these cards that are our web pages that they found the information from, which is cool to see. Is that the future of search? I'm not sure. I don't really think so, but we will see. Also, there's a report from NewsDash, John Sciatta, who basically analyzed 8.1 billion clicks across hundreds of news publishers. Keep in mind, these are large news publishers generally, because they're using NewsDash. And they said basically they are getting like 10 percentage points less web search traffic, but over 10 percentage points more Google Discover traffic. So from 41% to about 55% more Google Discover traffic than the previous year, whereas web search is down to 36% of their traffic, which was at 46% the previous year. Plus everything across images and news and video are also all down. Here's a chart from NewsDash on that. Google Search Console, when they launched their recommendations, basically showed a screenshot of one of the recommendations that says 35%, Search Console only shows 35% of your performance data. Now, we knew this from an ARF's report from Patrick Stocks that basically said on average, Google's only showing you 50% of your search performance data, which is why you need to export it to tools like ARF and other tools. Google's John Mueller said it depends. Most sites show all or most of their search data, but I guess the larger sites aggregate the data or they anonymize the data or there's privacy stuff around the data. So keep that in mind. Again, we knew this, but Google's actually telling publishers when they should probably export their data because it's just a lot of it's being hidden because of how much data there is. Gary from Google said, technically Google does not follow links. Everybody talks about Googlebot following links. Googlebot does not follow links. This is common knowledge to most of you guys. You've been watching the videos for 20 years. Google bot will collect the link, put it in their index, and then crawl that link later in a different process. So technically, yeah, Googlebot's not following links. They're just saying, here's a link, storing in a database, and they'll get to it later. But it's just easier for Google to actually go ahead and say following. It's easier for people to understand that. Google Search will potentially get better at URL handling. Google, again, removed their Google Search Console URL handling parameter tool years ago. And in the Search Off the Record podcast, Gary said Google's looking for ways to actually go ahead and get better at URL handling. He said maybe better URL handling when it comes to making things better for search. So we'll see if anything comes with that, but that's what Gary's working on. Also, Google confirmed that they are testing showing 10, 15, 20, around 18 ads in the Google Shopping ads scroll. As you're scrolling through shopping ads, you can actually see 18 or so shopping ads. This is spotted by Sad AK. Ginny Marvin from Google, the Google Ads liaison, said this is a small experiment exploring different configurations for shopping ads to promote greater discovery. So if you're seeing tons of shopping ads, you're not alone. This is a test that Google's running. Google also is showing this weird Merchant Center URL string for srsltid URLs. A lot of people have been talking about this for the past few weeks. John Mueller actually said this is not, despite Google showing this, it's not an issue. I'm going to go ahead and update this post. He actually posted early this morning about this. So if you are noting this weird URL string for Merchant Center tracking purposes, it's a change in how Google handles it, but it's not going to affect your search results, and I'll write more about that later, but just check that post out. Google also announced they're deactivating Russian-based AdSense accounts. Google said they're going to issue out final payments soon for those publishers, but they're not going to go ahead and let AdSense-based Russian-based AdSense accounts to continue going forward as of immediately. So keep that in mind. That's happening. And next is Google's top stories may be showing fewer stories for political figures. So we've been noticing instead of Google showing this 7-pack or 7 configuration for the top stories carousel for like searches for Trump, Harris, or any political figure, it's now showing this 4-packs. This was spotted by Will Flanagan, the SEO editor at Wall Street Journal. I'm not sure if it's a bug or if it's going to change anytime soon. Google's also testing mini knowledge panel cards. This is spotted by Kashul, and here's a screenshot of that as well. Google's also showing what's called Google Connections or connections in the knowledge panel. This is spotted by Gagan, who noticed these connections. So if you do a search for Elon Musk or something, it will show you the family, who Elon Musk worked with, people also search for, and so forth. So those are connections related to that person. Google seems to also have their hotel listings, which are under siege. People are posting fake WhatsApp numbers in the listings, as well as marking some of these hotels as permanently closed. This was spotted by Nevena, who posted about this on X, saying massive hack was wave hitting Indonesia and UAE. Attackers are integrating personal WhatsApp numbers into Google listings in Indonesia, while UAE is facing a coordinated attack, changing legit hotel titles to permanently closed. So keep that in mind. If you're running those, you should definitely check those out. Google seems to be highlighting review snippets directly in the Google search results when you do a search for like some product reviews. It would actually show you the review-related content, which is pretty cool there. Here's a screenshot of that. Thank you. FTC officially has banned fake reviews by people, fake reviews by AI. It's officially banned and so forth, but will that make a difference just because they ban it? Will that stop fake reviews? Doubt it. And also Apple Business Connect has upgraded the showcase enhancements, specifically where they are letting you show up showcases for up to 1 year, and the descriptions have been increased to 100 characters so you can share more details about your promotions or whatever you want to showcase for your business. In any event, thanks so much for listening to the Search Buzz video recap. My name again is Barry Schwartz, and this is the search news we covered over the Search Engine Roundtable, SEOroundtable.com over the past week. Again, thanks to Wix for sponsoring. Definitely check out the 100th live episode of the SERPs Up podcast, and hopefully this camera is a little bit better. Let me know. It'll get better over week and week. I have to just test this and see what goes on with it. Anyone have a great, safe weekend, and I'll speak to you guys later. Bye-bye.